So we might as well just mosey on up and get it. There's actually... Sector 1 must be nearly finished at this stage, because we only have like 4 more missile expansions to get. Yeah, he's up here, isn't he? There he is. I know I remembered something. Because I remember thinking that like this was a cool place to battle one of them. Because like the thing is, even though like it's the same battle, like the same enemy or whatever, every battle against them is like slightly different because like you're in different terrain, and it's actually sometimes it's easier to fight them than others depending on where you are. Like personally, I think like this is kind of an interesting place to fight him because it could be easy for him to like back you into a corner or whatever. You know, on the stairs or whatever. Get another energy. So there are obviously 4 more of these energy parts left. That'll give us enough. Oh no, that's an e-recovery tank. They look so similar. I think the only difference, sometimes the only way you can tell them apart is by their color or whatever, because like one of them is like a pink color and one of them is like a really shocking magenta kind of color. Okay, so we need to go. So the only things that are left are those like 4. There's like a big mess over there, whatever that is. Pretty sure that's probably some of those like power bomb guys or something. Yeah, Sector 1 is probably going to be 3 videos. Okay, what's going on? This is like it's like the speed boost was just like driving the thing mental when the loading screen was on at the same time. But yeah, I couldn't believe that. I was like, that's how you get that? Like, how would you put those together? Like, you'd never, like, see that missile expansion in there. And then, like, you'd know you'd have to get it from this room. But how would you envisage that you'd have to, like, speed boost up there? Do you know what I just think it's quite ingenious. I love it. Blah, blah, blah. Stupid plant. Blah, blah, blah. Stupid plant. I don't know, I like plants. Sector 1 does remind me a bit of Poison Ivy, do you know, that kind of way. Like in that episode, is it called Pretty Poison? I was oh my god, I always end up like saying the same crap over and over again. Yeah, we can go back this way. Like I always end up saying the same rubbish over and over again about the same place, whether it's like saying that this place is like Jurassic Park, or whether it's like saying it's like Poison Ivy's greenhouse in that episode Pretty Poison. Like I always end up saying the same stuff. It's crazy, but it is like her green. Like a lot of parts of this do remind me of like both those things. So why shouldn't I say it? I'll say it if I want. So yeah, if like Sector 1 is 2 parts, no, Sector 2 is 2 parts. Sector 3 is 2 parts. Which I'm not. There's no way Sector 3 is going to be 3 parts with all that rubbish that happened in Sector 3. And Sector 1 is going to be 3 parts, and that's 4 and 3, that's 7. So there are probably only going to be 8 more parts, so that's like 27 plus, that is 35. Okay, so this is going to be a 30, because like after this, there's like 1 more, after like we get all like 100% expansion, there's basically 1 more thing that'll take 1 video, and that's to go back and like, and that's to go and do that, like getting the thing that's important to Samus or whichever thing. You know? Well, no, there's one other big thing before that, but I'm gonna do it all in one video is what I'm gonna do. Hey fish, not so smart anymore, are you? I can just like shoot you in one hit. Yeah, stupid. Of course you had to hit me, plant. No more fish trying to rain on my parade. Yeah, you guys. Bam! Yeah, serves you right, jeez, like. Okay, it's kind of like now I want to like start like figuring out where I'm going to go. Well, there's only one way I can go. That way goes to there. I can only go like straight back here. Because if I go, when I come out of this door, if I go left, then that'll bring me back to like the room. Like there's nothing there. There's just that boss room where we fought the King Kai Hunter, and there's nothing we can do here. So this is the only like option I have really, is going back this direction and heading that way. I can't imagine like where those like things in Sector 1 are, like what the other expansions are, like where they are. I just can't like picture it in my head, you know? Because I can't like I can't remember any of the other expansions now. I'm gonna be really sorry to see the back of this LP. Like, I mean, it was so fun. Yeah, that's what we've got to do. We've got to go all the way around that way, haven't we? Yeah, so we need to like take this exit out of here. The one over here. Is it the one on top, or is there one just over here? Yeah, guys, you can just screw off. No, I'm pretty sure it's the one on top that I have to take, because the one on the bottom just won't bring me anywhere. Let's see the one on top anyway, and if it's not the one on top, then we'll know it's the one on the bottom, but we might as well, because I'm pretty sure it's probably the one on top. That is that kind of left exit, but then it mightn't be, so I don't know. Okay, let's just face the direction now. Yeah, it is. Okay, I was right. Thankfully. And this place is so cool. I love Sector 1. Like, I think Sector 2 is my favourite sector by and large, but like, I don't know. Oh, now you wake up. I don't know what they were doing sleeping on the job the last day. Yeah, down here. Again, as if we needed to see this bloody place again. This Christopher Columbus's egg part. I don't know why it keeps like saying Christopher Columbus's egg. Do you guys even know like what that like comes from? Because I don't know, because it's kind of a bit weird, obscure kind of thing. Basically, if you describe something as a Christopher Columbus's egg, then what you're saying is it's something that like seems impossible and really difficult. And then when you find out how you actually do it, it's actually simple and easy, and you're like, oh, for God's sake, that kind of thing. That's what Christopher Columbus's egg is. And basically it comes from a myth. I don't think it ever actually happened. It comes from a myth that, like, after Christopher Columbus, well, Christopher Columbus didn't actually discover America. I think that's a really horrible thing to say, because to say that Christopher Columbus discovered America implies that nobody lived there before then, when really and truly there were loads of people living there. So to say Christopher Columbus discovered America is really insulting to the people, to the races that lived there, that kind of way, who were living there before Christopher Columbus showed up. And as well, there's a lot of evidence to say that like Vikings arrived in America, and there's actually like a legend that there was actually like an Irish person, Saint Brendan, who arrived in America long before Christopher Columbus as well. But I think like to say that Christopher Columbus discovered America is actually a bit insulting to quite a few people, be it the Vikings or the Native American people who would have lived there before. Okay, now what? How'd you? Oh, this is this one. Okay, well this is that bad. This is just like we have to like hit something with a super missile, isn't it? What? I'm confused. Isn't this just we have to like screw attack over to something? Yeah, it is. Okay, we hit this with our super missile. Yeah, see, that was what I was talking about how the fact that you don't have to like start charging up when you recognize that it's a super missile door. But yeah, the story, the myth goes is that like after Christopher Columbus like came back from discovering America, he apparently was like talking with people or something. They were like, oh, what can you do now? So you've discovered America, so what else can you do? Or something. It's like something like that anyway. So Christopher Columbus was like, well look, why don't you guys show me like how to like stand an egg on its end or something like, it's something like that anyway. Like, why don't you guys show me like how to like stand an egg on one end, like stood up or whatever. Like apparently that's what happened. I don't know how true that is, but okay, so now I don't know where to go after that. Was I supposed to just continue on? Where's that door? Oh, I know where. Oh my god, that's gonna take ages to get to. That's like a completely different place. Okay. Yeah, I think the only the only option is to go this way. I'll have to like study the map a bit more closely. Yeah, that's what. Okay, so that's the door. Do you remember? Like, I should have stayed where I was. Do you remember? Like, there were two ways out of that room. You could either go through the door, or else you could like you could either go through the door, or else you could like go through here. I think we have to go through here. Yeah, now we're going the right way. Now we're sucking diesel. It was really funny, like OX2 in one video there the other day said now we're cooking with gasoline or whatever, and I was like, because when we say gas over here, we mean something completely, like we call over here, like in Europe, we call like what the Americans call gasoline, we call petrol. We just call it petrol because it's actually not gasoline at all. It's not gas, like it's a liquid and it's petroleum or whatever. Oh, this is like a speed booster place. So when we say gas, we actually mean like something like butane or... Oh man, I was just like a little bit off. When we say gas, we mean like something like butane or propane or one of those things that you use for cooking. That you use like for cooking on the hob, or that you use like to heat your house, or one of those things, like any of those gases. So that's why cooking with... Oh my god, can I actually... I'm not concentrating on what I'm doing. So like that's why I think like cooking with gas is like... Do you know, like when you're cooking with gas, you're cooking with something other than like an open fire or with electricity. Like personally, gas cooking is the best in my opinion. It's just like I honestly don't know how anyone... Like, I don't think I could survive with an electric cooker. Like, I don't think I could, because it's just, like, it's so weird. Like, it's so... Like, I don't know what you're supposed to do. It's just so uncontrollable. I don't know. Okay, I'm going experimenting with this. Yeah, okay, that was right. Okay, so that's one thing. I think... Okay, that's all there is. There's 2 more missile expansions, okay? And they're in, like, these 2 rooms. Wherever they are. Let's have a look in here first, in this room. Oh, I got that one, didn't I? The 2 of them are both in that room down there, so I need to go in there. And is this that room? Yes, okay, one of them is in here. Whatever it is. Oh look, there's a super interesting door right there, large as life. And this leads to a missile. Okay, so now we're actually, oh my god, we're nearly finished. Yeah, this is definitely going to be like 3 videos, okay. And there's the last one like a power bomb door somewhere or something. Okay, now is the part where like I get... Oh, that's all it is. Man, I could have gotten that like ages ago. I could have gotten that my first way through. So now, if you look, we actually have... If you look there at the bottom, it says item collection 100%. Main sector 100%, sector 1, 2, 3, bioweapon research, all 100%. So now what our job is to try and figure out how to get back to the main sector, which we are miles away. Oh my dear. See, the only way I can figure out of getting back there now is just to go, like, the long way. Like, to basically go backwards the way we came. Maybe Sector 1 will end up being, like, 4 videos just because of all this getting back as well. Did they ever explain, like, about, like, oh, Christopher Columbus's egg? Yeah, so he was like, oh, you... And none of them could do it, or something like that. So basically what he did was he, like, slightly cracked the egg at one end, so it was a little bit flat. And then he, like, stood it on that end, and they were all like, oh, for God's sake. Do you know? Like, why couldn't we think of that? So that's why now, like, the expression Christopher Columbus's egg is applied to anything like that, where, like, it's something that's exceedingly simple that could have been accomplished very easily. Okay, now we've got to, like, speed boost, like, through to get back up the hill, because we can't just run up the hill like Kate Bush. We have to just speed. We can just run up the hill, but it has to be a particular type of running. Do you know? Man, you followed me back here the last time as well. I really am. So that's what Christopher Columbus's egg is, anyway. I am actually going to be, like, I can't believe I'm finishing recording this game today. I don't know, it's just like, it seems silly, like, I don't think I could, like, I think I was, like, in the mood for doing it now today, and I don't think I would have been another day. So that kind of way for just recording all of this, like, post-game stuff, which isn't that much, like, I mean, there's not much to do. Well, there is, wait till you see, this will be good now in the next video. Which will probably be quite long as well. Get out of my way, guys. I'm trying to speed boost here. Come on. Oh. Can't believe I didn't get the speed boost. At least those armadillo gobshites aren't in here ruining up everything. But yeah, okay, now we're good. Yeah, that's I'm like, I don't know, like, I mean, it's I hadn't kind of anticipated this game itself. Look, they're all asleep again. What's up with that? Now they're waking up. Like, I hadn't anticipated that this LP would be quite so short as it's turned out. Which, I don't know, like, 35 parts maybe isn't, like, that short, but it's shorter than I thought it would be. Let's give it that, you know? Okay, now is this the way we want to be going? Yeah, it is. Okay, we're nearly there. That didn't take any amount of time. Man, like, it could have been 34 parts if I hadn't gotten stuck in Sector 3 with how to do that. I think 35 parts is a nice length for an LP. Guys, you can just... I'm just going to ignore you. Don't you dare come through that door after me either. Yeah, and we'll, like, so, like, in the next part, what we're going to do is, like, the next part might be a bit long, because basically we have to, like, do another end of the game. It's going to be, like, the second final part of the LP, which is kind of weird having two final parts of the LP, you know? Actually, I probably should save just in case anything happens, because I haven't saved in ages. Just in case I die or something, which I don't want to do. Do you know, like, it could happen. Just like it happened in Kefka's Tower when I was doing Final Fantasy VI. Even though I was over leveled, that's one thing I kind of regret about that LP now, is that I really kind of just, like, I murderized Kefka and his tower. Like, I think I was a bit over leveled, but, like, see, the thing is, like, I have done that. Like, I have done that final area and the final boss, like, at level 40, and, like, maybe, like, 38 to 40, depending on, like, characters or whatever. I don't know why, like, I got so... It's just I hadn't done it in a while, and I was kind of afraid of just kind of not knowing what the hell to do, you know, so... I don't know. Anyway. That's the end of the missile and expansion and item collecting portion of the post-game. There's only going to be one more part left in this entire... Like, one part. No more bonus parts, no more post-game. One more part left in this LP. And it's going to be the next video, so see you next time when we see what that arrow is pointing to, and recover the one important irreplaceable thing that Samus wants before they blow up the bottle ship forever, never to be seen again. So yeah, thanks a million for watching, guys, and see you then.